The Maple Leaf Trot is known Canada-wide as one of the most prestigious stakes races to compete in and an honor to win. For the Waples, standardbred racing has been in the family DNA since the very beginning. Their dominance in the Maple Leaf Trot is unmistakable. Consider this: a member of the Waples legacy has won the Trot in 7 of the last 8 decades.
The Maple Leaf Trotting Classic is No Sex Please.
Owned and trained by Ron Waples Jr. and driven to victory by Ron Waples Sr.
Sandpail kicks away, and it's Maple Leaf Trot history in the making as Waples pushes the button.
Keith Waples was the first member in the family to win the major race in 1954 at Old Woodbine with Ben Boy, and then again with Duke of Decatur in 1962.
Well, I was working for him. I was grooming for him at the time, for my cousins, Keith and Murray Waples. You know, any little bit of success I had over the years, I owe it all to them. And anytime he won a big stake race, I mean, you were just as happy as he was.
It's just amazing to watch the man. Like, he just had such a knack with horses.
Even now, to this day, I think he's close to 90 years old. He sits in the bike like he's a 22-year-old.
He's a gifted horseman, driver, everything. Even though you're related, you're still an idol.
Ron Waples Sr. was next, winning the race 4 times over a 9-year span, starting with Bridger in 1984 and in 1989, 90, and finally in 1992, all with No Sex Please.
No Sex Please, Mather Street. The Maple Leaf Trotting Classic is No Sex Please.
The first time that he won the Maple Leaf Trot, I was in the dining room. I don't even remember touching the steps on the way down to the winner's circle. I was so happy because I know how much it meant for my father to win that race for my brother.
It meant way more when Junior, my son, owned and trained the horse, bought him as a yearling, developed the horse. He did the whole thing, and that's what made it extra special for me.
And Randy Waples has been the latest in the family to win the classic race, winning the last 3 trips of the Maple Leaf Trot with superior trotter Sandpail.
And there is no touching the undisputed king of Canadian Trot. Sandpail has won the Maple Leaf Trot.
When he first told me he wanted to be a catch driver, I told him he was nuts. Like, you know, he related to 2 of the greatest ones, and he was all gun-ho for it, and he's still good at it.
When it started out, it felt like a huge pressure thing. When you're wearing those colors and they know who you are, even from the time I was qualifying horses, there was a lot of pressure put on there.
You know, I'm not saying he's the best of the 3, but he's as close as you can get.
Our number 1!
And that's what those 2 had in common. He just had such a connection.
From Keith to Ron, and now Randy, the Waples' dominance in the Maple Leaf Trot has been well documented, and their legacy in the harness community continues to thrive.
I think that I'm the worst driver of the entire Waples family. I really, truly do. It's like trying to be Neil Armstrong's son and walking in his footsteps on the moon, because he was there first, and he probably did it better.
It's never really sank in yet. It's almost like it was another body experience that somebody else done all that. I just happened to have my name up to that other body sort of thing. I just never dwelled on it, you know, and maybe I should.
When I was a kid, they had those great big boards with the winners of the Canadian Pace and Derby and the Maple Leaf Trot on it. And you used to look at those boards and say, you know, wow, you see Keith's name, my dad's name, and it'd be neat. And I think the first time I couldn't wait for them to paint that up on there so I could go see it. It's worked out well for the whole family, I would say.